On the map, Singapore might just look like a tiny island at the tip of the Malay Peninsula. But step onto the little red dot, as locals call it, and it quickly feels anything but small. Set at the heart of one of the world's busiest shipping routes, Singapore has long been a meeting point for people, goods and cultures. And within its compact footprint are historic streets, futuristic skylines, legendary hawker centres, tropical gardens and beach escapes. Centuries of movement, trade and exchange shape the city today. Let's start where it all began. Long before the skyscrapers arrived, Singapore was a trading outpost along the Strait of Malacca, where merchants from across Asia exchanged goods. Then in 1819, Sir Stamford Raffles established a British trading hub here. Within decades, the settlement had become one of the busiest ports in the region. You can still trace that chapter along the Singapore River, where restored shophouses that once stored spices, silk and tin now house restaurants and bars. Nearby stands Raffles Hotel. Opened in 1887, it remains one of Singapore's best-known colonial landmarks and the birthplace of the Singapore sling. After independence in 1965, Singapore evolved at remarkable speed. What was once a low-rise port became one of Asia's most iconic skylines. The National Museum of Singapore charts that transformation, from early settlements to the modern global city. To see a bird's-eye view of that transformation, head to Marina Bay. From the Singapore Flyer observation wheel, you can see the harbour, the historic districts, and downtown spread around the water. Back at ground level, cross the Helix Bridge, a pedestrian walkway inspired by the structure of DNA. Nearby, the Art Science Museum opens like a white lotus over the bay, hosting immersive exhibitions that display Singaporean technology and design. Next door, Gardens by the Bay showcases Singapore's approach to urban nature. The towering super trees act as vertical gardens, generating solar energy while supporting hundreds of plant species. And overlooking it all is Marina Bay Sands. Rising 200 meters above the waterfront, its rooftop sky park stretches across 3 towers like a ship suspended in the air. From the observation deck, you can see the entire Marina Bay district unfold below. Or if you want the ultimate view, stay overnight and swim in the Sky Park Infinity Pool. But Singapore's story isn't just in its skyline. It's written in its neighbourhoods and communities. Chinese merchants were among the earliest groups to settle here, arriving to work the busy port. Their legacy is alive in Chinatown's temples, markets, and traditional shopfronts. For a glimpse into the Buddhist traditions practiced in this community, stop by the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple, where worshippers light incense and turn prayer wheels throughout the day. A short ride away, Little India reflects another of Singapore's founding communities. Indian traders and labourers began settling here in the 19th century, and today the neighbourhood is known for its spice shops, produce markets, sari stores and vibrant street murals. At its centre stands Sri Veeramakaliamman Temple, one of Singapore's oldest Hindu temples. As Singapore developed into a modern global city, new cultural spaces emerged alongside the traditional ones. Nowhere shows that contrast more clearly than Orchard Road. Once a plantation district, it is now Singapore's main shopping boulevard. Among them is Design Orchard, where emerging Singapore's designers showcase contemporary local fashion. There are also loads of trendy cafe hangouts here. One of our favourites is Third Floor Social. Finally, head to Kampong Glam, where Arab merchants and Malay royalty settled during the city's early trading port days. Today, the neighbourhood is a magnet for Singapore's young, creative crowd. Along Arab Street, fabric stores and traditional coffee shops line the street beneath the striking golden dome of Sultan Mosque. After dark, the area around nearby Haji Lane lights up with music venues, cocktail bars, and late-night eateries inside colourful shophouses. Nowhere do Singapore's cultures come together more clearly than in its food. Across the city, you'll find everything from Turkish grills to contemporary cafes. But the true heart of Singapore's food culture lies in its hawker centres. These open-air food halls bring together dozens of small vendors, serving some of the most celebrated and budget-friendly dishes in Southeast Asia. At Maxwell Food Centre, queues often form for some of Singapore's famous hawker stalls. Woks flare and grills smoke as cooks turn out classics like chicken rice, noodle soup and dumplings. Chinatown Complex takes the concept even further. With more than 200 stalls, it's the largest hawker centre in Singapore. Or if snacks on a stick is what you're craving, head to Lau Pa Sat, housed in a historic cast iron market near Marina Bay. After dark, the street outside transforms into Satay Street, where vendors grill skewers over charcoal flames. Just off Singapore's southern coast lies Sentosa Island, the city's #1 playground for families. Getting there is an adventure in itself. You can ride the Sentosa cable car across the harbour for sweeping views, or take the Sentosa Express monorail from Vivo City. Many visitors stay at the island's resorts, where pools, gardens and kids clubs make it easy to relax between outings. Palawan Beach offers a gentle side to Sentosa, with calm shallows, soft sand and an easy-going, family-friendly atmosphere. Further along the coast, Siloso Beach is the island's centre for water sports and adventure activities. At Mega Adventure Park, you can even zip-line out over the beach and water. Just inland, Universal Studios Singapore brings blockbuster movie worlds to life with roller coasters, themed streets and roaming characters. When the sun goes down, nearby Sensoryscape glows with lights and immersive installations. Singapore is famous for its skyline, but it's just as defined by its greenery. Nicknamed the Garden City, nature is carefully woven into the fabric of the urban landscape. One of the most popular outdoor spaces is East Coast Park, a 15-kilometre-long coastal stretch with cycling paths, beaches, wellness areas and picnic spots. Look out across the water and you'll see cargo ships anchored offshore, waiting to enter one of the busiest ports in the world. Back in the city centre, the Singapore Botanic Gardens unfold into a mix of rainforest trails, lakes and curated gardens, offering a peaceful contrast to the city's energy. One highlight is the National Orchid Garden, home to more than 1,000 orchid species and hybrids. Wander the terraces and it's easy to see why this is Singapore's national flower. Singapore may be known as the Little Red Dot, but its story is anything but small. Within this compact island, you'll find centuries of history, neighbourhoods shaped by cultures from around the world, unforgettable food, and green spaces that are larger than life. It's a place where old traditions and bold new ideas sit side by side. And once you've explored it, you'll understand how one tiny dot on the map became one of Asia's most remarkable cities.